Hi, I'm Ivan. Right, thanks to joining us and for Lian as well. Came all the way then to have this session, right? Perhaps so we want to start today for our chattings and
Exactly. I mean, I need to thank you, Ivan, for inviting me to this very, very amazing and awesome place, White Bat, nearby Jalan Tun Razak area, and it's actually a co-working space. Guys, this place is fantastic. Seriously, look at our backdrop here. Right, this is just one angle of this place. You need to check out the whole entire place, and you'll be like, wow, okay, just like me, first time coming here. So thank you so much, Ivan, and thank you for having me. This is so good because I think right now in pandemic, right, and pandemic crisis, a lot of people lost their job, and there are so many uncertainties, insecurities, and a lot of people facing anxiety as well, not sure how to move on. And a lot of them, some of them, they think that, oh, I have been working as this, so I only have some skill, particularly for this particular industry. So I don't know whether I can change my career to another. And also for people in tourism and real estate, they're like, oh my god, it's right now so in such a big trouble. So will employers actually still looking for people after this crisis or during this crisis? So all these questions, queries, that's where I will ask Ivan, alright? So don't worry, Ivan will actually share with us a lot about this.
Yeah, try my best. Yeah.
So, okay, Ivan, first thing first, I would like to ask you why you chose mechanical engineering.
Right. Now let's bring you back to years 2003. That was the year that I graduated as a mechanical engineer. And if you ask me why choose mechanical engineer, to be frank, I was like everyone. I understand that was after finished my secondary school, and I was wondering where to go and what to do. Of course, family do not give me advice, right? So basically, what I did is to looking at a friend. Hey guys, so where do you go? What do you study? Frankly, I kind of actually follow maturity of my friend, and then so when looking at then where to go and what course to pick, basically I follow. This kind of actually set, right? However, and managed to complete 4 years and finally went to UK, obtained my bachelor's degrees in mechanical engineering. That's how the story of mine when I came into mechanical engineering.
Okay, that's cool. So, okay, you've been in mechanical engineering, and I understand that you have worked about a year in the manufacturing industry. So, why the change? What triggered you at the time, to jump ship or to jump to another industry?
Okay, a good question. And you asked me, frankly, initially I was like everyone when I was in mechanical engineer for a year. I worked in a factory which is located in Shah Alam, and it was like everyone working day to night, Monday to Saturday, very boring and routine kind of job. Until about half a year, and I realized, is it the direction and the career that I want? When looking at my superior or manager and director, where how he looks like and his current situations, and I started to think of, is it the direction, the future direction that I want to heading to? So I started to think about my career and look for others alternative way. So I attended a lot of course, reading and etc. Of course, one of the famous books during my time, which is the Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and that book's telling us about how to become financial freedom. There's one of the mechanism is to jump from employee to self-employed and business investors. One of the method is through real estate, which is property investment.
Yeah.
So that's where actually it bring me an idea that, hey, let's try figure out real estate. So I started, when I was working in engineer, I also started for my real estate part-time business.
Okay.
So after a while, then I am thinking of why not give myself a full swing or 100%, go for it. Because I believe doing two things at one time actually is unlikely to have a good result. That's where actually I go for full committed to my real estate business. I quit my engineer, and that's how transformed during the turning point of mine during 2003 to 2004.
I see. So right now you have about 15 years of experience in real estate and also about 10 years in tourism industry. So looking back about the career change decision that you made earlier on, what do you feel? First question.
Well, I think another good question. I also never asked for myself for the past 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
You asked me initially when jump from a comfort zone, which is my engineer, to a totally different industry. It's always a fear of uncertain, whether it is the right direction, it is going to be a stable career. I do have fear, but however, what is in my mind during that time was asking myself, if after the change, if I fail, so what are the consequences? So when I'm looking at that answers, what come up in my mind is that, well, if I fail, so I come back to my engineer. So there's nothing fear. So that's why I took the change to give myself at least a year to 2 years to start something new. And also I discussed with my family and get their support as well. Hey guys, my parents, and if give me some time, I understand it is not an easy that after you guys support me for 4 to 5 years and being an engineer, and I quit. So I think it is important that you need to get your parent and family support. With your parent and family support, basically you have the peace of mind that you can go all the way out with 100%. Because without family support, it is very challenging for you to do something that which is uncertain, and your family keep actually asking you and question you.
Yeah.
I think that's very important for not even myself, for everyone. You need to have that discussion with your family, get their support. Fear is always there, but like I said, so if 1 to 2 years, so I can't do well, I can't see result. So the consequences is, well, gain experience, go back to your engineer or whatever your profession.
Yeah.
That's it. So there's nothing to lose. So why not? That's what makes me take up the challenges to step up.
I totally agree with that. I definitely love that principle, love that theory of you just need to step out of your comfort zone and just jump, and like you say, there's nothing to lose, right? 1 to 2 years or even 3 to 4 years, might as go back to your old profession, right? No, there's no harm at all. So Ivan, right now, I mean, everyone is impacted by this COVID-19 pandemic crisis, right? So particularly in tourism, hospitality, and real estate industry, I think it's like really heavily impacted. So what do you see or actually what are the challenges that really facing in this industry? I mean, since you have been in this industry for quite some time now.
Well, let me share a bit humble experience on so what I see. The COVID-19 or pandemic crisis basically is one of the crises that none of us usually prepare for it, and we foresee and control. So if you ask me personally, it's actually heavily impacted, especially in the tourism and real estate industry. According to Malaysia Association of Hotel, it says that nearly about 30% of the hotel going to close down. That numbers is very scary. And even we see all the news and media in online, in everywhere. our unemployment rate also increased to about 3.9%. According to Malaysia Guinea News, it says that the tourism and travel industry is about nearly 1 million of jobs in the risk. They might actually lose their jobs. Now, these figures is also estimated it could be higher, which we do not know. And according to Malaysia Hotel Association, it also says that some of the big brand hotels, examples like Hilton, Hyatt, and Swiss Garden International, they started actually closing down, or perhaps actually they have already laid off the employee. So the numbers is also uncertain and estimated. Well, based on all these figures, it's telling us that why actually hotel or hospitality tourism industry heavily impacted. I personally felt that because of number one, the restriction of international travels, and the moment actually tourists couldn't fly into Malaysia, so hotel is immediately actually impacted. Then number two, let's talk about domestic. The domestic tourism. Let's ask about ourselves. Even MCO or CMCO actually has over. Do you dare to immediately travel with your family to holidays? So I'm sure you might have a doubt, maybe yes or no.
Yeah.
So in that case, whether international or domestic tourists actually has stopped traveling, spending, and with that case, so what do you see? Hotels are definitely in standstill.
Yeah.
Then number two, even hotel facilities, event, function room are also restricted, and facilities like pool and gym also not allowed to use. In that case, so why should I want to spend a few $100s to staying in a star-rated hotel if I can't use the facility? Events and function are so restricted.
Yeah.
So if tourists cannot do, business segment also cannot do, so you can foresee hotels are totally badly affected. That's why I foresee many have started actually leaving this industry. So this is very exploited. However, it is actually a fact.
Wow. Oh my God, Ivan, all those statistics, facts, and figures that you just told us is really, really scary, right? I believe everyone is like, oh my God. So, but we always believe whenever there's crisis, there are always opportunities arises, right, from that crisis. So, despite of all these challenges that facing by tourism and hospitality industries, what do you see the opportunities actually arises, or what are the new normals that it's gonna be in this industry?
I think this is a good topic. So let's look at study together. What are the recent very hot terms, we call it new normals, and look at the Malaysia MCO started March until now. There's a lot of new way of actually living. Firstly, look at it is because of social distancing, and hotel has started practicing about minimize or zero contact, right? So that's one thing. Secondly, they trying best actually not to be paperless and also cashless. So everything basically doing online, so not to do papers and collecting cash. That's for sure happening now. And one of the trend and opportunity as well as online VR tour. And used to people, they like to see physically about the properties, and because of VR, everything can move to online, so be 3D, right? That's also another trend and new normals. Whether in real estate and hospitality, and many hoteliers and real estate companies have started to use this VR to promoting the accommodations and property. That is the second new normal and trend. Thirdly, and all of us actually work from home during this period, and even the recent government is heavily pushing about this flexi working arrangement, and this is a new trend that a new normal as well. We need to understand. The other fourth point is about during this period, I understand that people have challenges in terms of, especially they wanted to rent a place, apartments. They might have problem in terms of budget.
Yes.
So that's why in tradition, so when you're renting an apartment, you need to pay 2 months deposit, kind of practice, and then commit a year contract. But this actually has been also changed because of what certain. So you will not dare to commit a contract for a year or 2 years, because I might not might lose my job, so which I do not dare to commit that kind of contract. And number two, because of this flexi working arrangement, I might only work 3 to 4 days a week.
Yeah.
So what about the rest of the day? I might work from home.
Yeah.
And I do not wish to travel far from my place to the working place. So in that case, this is what the current people are looking for actually flexible and shorter stay, right? So this is the fourth thing that I foresee. In that case, what are the opportunities I foresee is that whether hotels and apartment or service apartment, so you have actually opportunity to turn the properties into a short-term accommodation, kind of monthly stay to cater this kind of demand. So in a way, so I see the opportunity how we actually turn so this property, whether without rental income or unrented, whether it's hotel, whether it's apartment, potentially can generate kind of incomes.
Okay, that is amazing. And that led us to the next question. So I want to speak about all the opportunities, right, in this industry. So I guess there are still actually a lot of employers, a lot of business owners hiring, right? Even though, despite of all this bad news and frightened news that we heard of. So okay, since we are also a committee members of the Help University Industrial Advisory Board, so basically I want to actually help to recruit like graduates, right, graduate from the university, and you are also a business owner yourself, a boss yourself. So can you share with us, I'm sure our audience here would really love to know, so what are the candidates, what type of candidates and what are the criteria of the candidates that an employer is looking for, like after this COVID or during this COVID-19 or after COVID-19?
Looking at just now what we had discussed, all those very negative figures or news.
Yes.
But however, I always believe there are still opportunities, and whether if you are in a positive mindset, and there are people where employers still looking for your staff or employees, whatever. Now, this is purely based on my personal experience. For the past 15, 20 years, we do actually looking for talent, whether fresh graduate or whatever. This is some of the criteria I personally feel that is important if you're looking for a job from now onwards. Now, firstly, I think one of the important values is about accountables, because of this is all uncertain situation, and there's a lot of challenges every day happen, whichever industry are you in. So you must be able to solve problems, giving solutions, right? And this is one thing. Now, second thing is about positive mindset. So you must have a mindset that is all can do possibles, right? Despite all these challenges in market, whether you are in all F&Bs, hotels, and etc. So if your mindset telling you, hey boss, the business market is slow, there's no sales and etc. So there's no boss willing to actually hire you. So if you have that kind of mindset, be positive. So number three, it's always important that you must actually have passion. You love what you do. This is always I believe. Now, people who are actually in hotel sector in the past, you are in this line perhaps for 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years. Now you are in this line for long enough. I'm sure that you love, or perhaps you are very passionate in this line. That was actually good, right? So the three basic things that you must have. This is my personal opinion. Then number four is about, because of the all companies and they're trying actually to do multitasking today. Because actually the employee has already laid off, right? So imagine they used to have 20 staff, maybe now become a 10 staff. So meaning what? So 10 employees doing 20 employees works. So in a way, you need to be able to do multitask from from customer services, marketing, perhaps back-end management, admin, and etc. So all bosses or employers looking for people able to do multitask. So you cannot tell bosses, hey, I know how to do A, I don't know how to do B, right? So that's very important that you need to know, right? Number five, and bosses today are also in pain situation, right? When they hire you, they hope actually you able to think from boss perspective, right? So you can't expect there's a high pay at current situation. There's no employer bosses willing to give you a very high pay. So in a way, I believe employer, even like myself, so I will reward my colleagues or my employee in a way via performance basis, right? So on a revenue or sales basis, this means you have a basic and then plus your sales or revenue performance or commission basis. That's how actually you get a reward. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you must have a mindset like an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I work harder, then I get more.
Yeah.
So that is the mindset that you need to equip, especially for today during this pandemic crisis or even the next 3 and 6 months. So hope these tips, experience or sharing that helps you during your interview or looking for a job, better ideas and make yourself in equipped and ready.
Thank you. Wow, guys, there are a lot of insights and information that Ivan has actually shared with us, right? How he actually changed his career from mechanical engineer, becoming a real estate and a tourism expert, all right, and being so many years, more than 15 years in this industry. So thank you so much, Ivan, for having me, for sharing with all of us this, all these insights and experience that you have. I'm sure that all this information, the sharing of Ivan definitely can help you guys, especially right now, this pandemic crisis, right? When especially if you're looking for a job, please listen to Ivan sharing. You have the entrepreneur mindset, be accountable, and all the criteria that employer looking for. I'm sure you will get a new job or you will get new opportunities in no time. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video and being with us here today. This is really such a blessing, and we are so thankful to have you all with us here. So if you like this video, like our sharing, please give video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Alright?
So thank you, Sam. Thank you, Lan. And let's looking forward to see you guys and leave a comments. So we try best to respond to you as soon as possible.
Yes.
See you guys.
See you guys. Have a good day. And as always, wish you all the best and enjoy your life journey. Bye.